Library 100 people. My name is Michael Rapinski, and I did the video or the new student dialogue a little while back, and I wanted to share my feelings in the dialogue with you. It was supposed to be about self-body image, and we didn't really get to talk about it too much, but that was fine because the instructors were mainly trying to teach us how to achieve a true dialogue, which near the end, I believe we might have achieved that. At the beginning, everyone was kind of quiet, a little bit nervous, didn't know anybody, and didn't really want to talk. The dynamics of the group, definitely, there were about 3 people that wanted to talk more than the rest, and that's totally fine because most people are a little bit shy. It's a little bit harder to share your thoughts on things with strangers. The active voices in the dialogue, definitely the 2 instructors. They were obviously the leaders, and they were trying to help push the conversation forward, get people involved, which they did a good job on. I think in the end, everybody but maybe a couple kids shared some of their thoughts. And those couple kids I would consider the reserve voices. They weren't too comfortable, I guess, talking about themselves. And in the group, we went with a group of my friends, so I guess I was a little bit more comfortable talking than most. So I would consider myself a leader in the group because I was not afraid to speak my mind, I guess you would say. I believe that this is a part of Library 100 because you have to get used to talking to strangers. You have to get used to group dynamics and dialogue between people you might not be super comfortable with yet. It really helps achieve progress within a group. Dialogue is a useful tool to the university depending on the type of person. I personally wouldn't really feel it necessary for me to use it. No reasons other than I don't really feel like I need to talk about my feelings and such with other people, but I can see how sometimes you could argue that some people it would be good for them to have a student dialogue. Personally, next time, what I would do is I would, instead of having more of like explaining what dialogue is throughout the meeting, which is what we did because no one really knows what a true dialogue is, I would, for the freshmen next year, have them, one of the assignments on Library 100 be to find out what that is first, so they don't come in knowing absolutely nothing about what's going on. So once they got to the student dialogue, they could talk about the theme that they had picked to talk about, because I feel like that would make things a lot more interesting in the class, or in the student dialogue, because I was pretty bored the entire time. I'm not gonna lie. And if we would have talked about self-body image, which is what the one I signed up for was, I feel like it would be a little bit more interesting, easier to stay active, easier to pay attention for 2 hours. The people leading it were great. There was, I forgot their names, but they were both really good dialogue people. You should definitely keep them around for next year if you can. It's funny how like certain people in the group, I'm sure if we would have had a second session or something, they would have opened up a little bit more. But you can definitely tell how some people are more active in the dialogue itself compared to some others that, I don't know if they are shy to speak their minds or if they just aren't really feeling being there at all in the first place. But whatever the case, I feel like next time if you had something that they actually cared to talk about, and we did discuss it, that it would help open up them to the rest of the group because they'd feel more comfortable speaking about something that they feel strongly about. Other than that, it was a relatively good uh, a good thing. I think that the dialogue itself. Um, and I think that's gonna about do it. Thank you.